All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Absolutely.
And this one is, I think it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
We're diving into the whirlwind engagement of BLAC CHYNA.
Oh, yeah.
To rapper Derek Milano.
This is going to be good.
Now, if you've been living under a rock for, like, the past decade,
right,
you might not know BLAC CHYNA's name, but I think it's safe to say that most of our listeners, you know her.
You know her.
And this is not her first time at the rodeo, so to say.
At the first rodeo, no.
So we're going to unpack why this engagement has everybody talking, what it says about second chances, third chances, all the chances.
Right, exactly.
And maybe a little bit about how we view love and relationships.
Absolutely.
In the age of oversharing 24/7 news cycle.
And let's be real. I mean, this whole thing went down at Howard University's homecoming.
Oh, my God.
Yard Fest. Thousands of people.
What a statement. Can you imagine?
I would be, oh my gosh, I would be.
That is shaking.
Yeah, I would just evaporate.
Yeah.
Poof, gone. Yeah, it's a bold move for sure.
It's a bold move. So that in itself tells us that maybe China's looking for something different this time around. What do you think?
I think that's a really good point. I mean, she's putting it all out there, literally, for everyone to see.
Right.
And to really understand what this all means, we have to rewind a little bit, look back at her past relationships.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because she's been through it, haven't we all?
Oh, absolutely.
But hers, very, very public.
Yeah, we're not talking like, oh, I saw my ex at the grocery store public. We're talking
exactly
full-blown media frenzy kind of public.
Yeah, I mean, Tyga, the father of her son, King Cairo. And then there's, of course, the Rob Kardashian saga.
Right, and a daughter.
Yes, with a daughter, Dream.
Yeah, and those relationships were, I mean, everywhere you looked.
Everywhere.
The good, the bad, the social media shade, the whole 9 yards.
Of all.
So you really have to wonder what it's like to navigate love, family, heartbreak, all of it.
Yeah.
With the whole world watching and commenting, judging.
And judging, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
It's like you're living your life under this giant magnifying glass.
Right.
There's no room for error. Or at least it feels that way, right?
Totally. And now she's taking this leap with Derek Milano. So who is this guy?
Right.
What's he all about? Because I'll be honest, I'm not super familiar with his music.
Well, he's an up-and-coming rapper. He's been making a name for himself.
Okay.
Originally from North Carolina. But here's the thing. He's not just a musician.
Oh.
He's a bit of an entrepreneur, too.
Okay, I love a multi-talented man.
Oh, absolutely. A few years back, he actually co-founded a fragrance company.
Okay. Getting fancy.
Right. And get this. He launched his own brand of toilet paper.
Toilet paper? Wait, what?
I know, right?
Hold on, you're telling me there's a market for, like, designer toilet paper?
Apparently so. See, this is what I love about this story. Derek Milano, full of surprises.
Okay, so we've got this intriguing guy. We've got BLAC CHYNA. They're engaged. But how long have they even been together? This is what I want to know.
So officially, since September 2023.
Okay, so not very long.
However, and this is where it gets interesting, CHYNA hinted at a May 2023 anniversary.
Wait.
In a social media post earlier this year.
Hold on. Back up. So
Yeah.
are we talking like a year? Or are we talking like not even a year?
It's a little unclear, right?
Okay, this relationship is giving me a whiplash, and we haven't even gotten to the ring yet.
The ring.
Spill the tea. Is it a rock? Is it a pebble?
Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Hit me.
All right, let's just say the picture speaks for itself.
Okay, I am speechless. That ring is next level.
But you know what makes this whole thing even crazier?
What's that?
The location. I mean, Howard University's homecoming. Talk about an iconic setting.
It's not your average proposal spot, that's for sure.
Right. It's like they're making a statement, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You got this very public display of love and commitment.
Right.
But it's happening within this context of history, Black excellence, cultural significance. It's kind of brilliant when you think about it.
You know, you're blowing my mind a little bit here.
Because it's true. It's like they're saying, look, we see the past, we acknowledge it.
Right.
And we're choosing to write our own story right here, right now, against this backdrop.
Exactly. And I think that's so powerful, especially considering, you know, CHYNA's journey. She's been through the ringer publicly. Breakups, legal battles, you name it.
Yeah.
And yet here she is, putting her heart out there again on her terms.
Yes, and I think that's what resonates with people.
Yeah.
It's like that classic saying, the heart wants what it wants.
Right, like you can't help who you fall for, even with all the baggage, the history. And that's something I think everyone can relate to on some level, celebrity or not.
It's that universal human experience.
Exactly. We all crave that connection, that feeling of being seen and loved for who we are, flaws and all.
Okay, now you're getting deep on me.
Am I?
But you're right. It's like this primal need we all have to connect, to love, to belong.
And that's why, I think we're so fascinated by these celebrity relationships. It's not just about the gossip, although, let's be honest, that's part of it. But it's also about trying to make sense of love and relationships in our own lives.
It's true, though. How many times have you seen a celebrity couple break up and been like, yep, saw that coming?
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're all armchair psychologists when it comes to other people's relationships.
Exactly. But why are we so invested? What is it about these very public love stories that suck us in?
It's like a car crash, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to look, but you can't tear your eyes away. I think part of it is this weird social comparison thing we do.
What do you mean?
Well, we see these people, these celebrities, living these seemingly glamorous lives. They've got the money, the fame, the attention.
Right.
And we start to measure our own lives, our own relationships against this often unattainable ideal.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's like we're looking for validation or maybe even a little reassurance in their successes and failures.
Exactly. If their relationship can fall apart with all the resources and support in the world, well, then maybe ours isn't so bad after all.
Right, because they have it all figured out, right?
Huh? Right, except they don't. They're just as human as the rest of us, figuring things out as they go along, making mistakes, falling in love, falling out of love.
It's easy to forget that, though, when you're bombarded with these perfectly curated Instagram posts and red carpet moments.
Totally. And that's where I think it's so important to remember that what we see on social media in the tabloids, it's just a snapshot, a carefully constructed narrative. It's not the whole story.
It's like we forget they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like us.
Exactly. Everyone's human in the end.
So true. But it's hard when you've got this whole, like, public persona thing going on.
Right, because how do you separate the person from the persona? It's tricky.
And with Black CHYNA, I mean, we've seen it all, haven't we? The good, the bad, the really ugly.
It's been a wild ride for sure, and very public.
So I think that's what makes this engagement so fascinating. It's like, okay, she's choosing to put her heart out there again, knowing the whole world's watching.
It takes guts, I'll give her that.
For real. And I kind of have to admire that, even if, like, a part of me is skeptical, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I think a healthy dose of skepticism is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to, celebrity relationships.
Right. Like, we want to believe in love, but we've also seen how messy it can get.
Especially under the microscope of fame. It's like everything gets amplified,
Totally. But maybe that's the lesson in all of this.
What do you mean?
Well, that maybe love is always a risk, whether you're famous or not.
It's about putting your heart out there and seeing what happens. And maybe, just maybe, Black CHYNA's willingness to do that again, in such a public way, can inspire the rest of us to take a chance on love, too.
I love that. That's a really great way to look at it. We're all just out here trying to find our person, hoping for the best, bracing for the worst. And hey, if Black CHYNA can do it, maybe there's hope for us mere mortals after all.
Right. There's a thought.
There you have it, folks. Another deep dive, another look at the crazy world of celebrity, and maybe even a little bit of wisdom gleaned along the way. Until next time, keep it real, keep it classy, and remember, love is a battlefield, but sometimes it's a pretty fabulous one at